Good morning, good morning, good morning, dear kids. It's a great day to see you. I'm so glad that you're here. We have an awesome lesson for you today. Absolutely awesome. One of the most famous stories in all of the Bible. About a boy who grew into a man, and he loved to talk to God, and he was told not to do that anymore. And he did it anyway. And when he prayed, they threw this boy named Daniel into a den, into a room full of lions. What do you think happened? Well, pay attention today. You're going to find out what happened when Daniel got into the lion's den. And again, don't forget that what you learned today and did, you got to share it with other kids, and you got to share it with your parents. So pay attention and have fun today. PG out.
Darius the Mede rose to power after King Belteshazzar, and he decided to divide his kingdom into 120 smaller areas, called provinces. This was a huge undertaking, and the king quickly found that, despite the fact that he was an elderly man now, there was no one in his kingdom as talented and trustworthy as Daniel. So the king Darius put Daniel in charge of his entire kingdom. Being in control of so much of the kingdom made the other administrators jealous, and they began to look for a way to get rid of Daniel. The wicked advisors went to King Darius and said, "O great king, we are all in agreement that no one is as great as you. Because of this, we advise that you make a law that any person who prays to anyone other than you should be thrown into the lion's den." The king agreed to the law. But when Daniel heard that the law had been signed, he went to his house and prayed to God as he normally did. Just as they expected, the wicked advisors found Daniel praying in his house. They immediately went to King Darius and said, "Daniel is breaking your law by praying to his God. You must send him to the lion's den." The king was heartbroken, and he spent the whole day looking for a way to save Daniel. But the law couldn't be broken. The king gave orders to have Daniel captured and thrown to the lions. The king told Daniel, "May your God save you." After Daniel was thrown into the lion's den, a stone was brought and placed over the mouth of the den. King Darius sealed the stone with his own royal seal and the seals of his nobles, so that no one could rescue Daniel. Then the king returned to his palace and spent the night fasting. He refused his usual entertainment and couldn't sleep at all that night. Very early the next morning, King Darius hurried out to the lion's den and called out, "Daniel, servant of the living God, did your God rescue you from the lions?" Much to the king's surprise, Daniel answered, "Long live the king! My God sent his angel to shut the lions' mouths so that they would not hurt me." The king was overjoyed, and he ordered that Daniel be lifted from the den. Not a scratch was found on him. Then the king gave orders to arrest the evil advisors who had plotted against Daniel. He had them thrown into the lion's den along with their wives and children. The lions leaped on them and tore them apart before they even hit the floor of the den. Then King Darius sent this message to the people of every race and nation and language throughout the world: "Peace and prosperity to you. Everyone in my kingdom should tremble with fear before the God of Daniel, because he is the living God, and he will endure forever. His kingdom will never be destroyed, and his rule will never end. He rescues and saves his people. He performs miraculous signs and wonders in the heavens and on earth. He has rescued Daniel from the power of the lions.